Strange drones were spotted in early 2023, flying over critical U.S. military bases in states like North Dakota and Utah. Many in the defense community were caught off guard. Investigations revealed a troubling connection. These sites are near farmland owned by Chinese companies. For example, Fufeng Group, a Chinese company, purchased 300 acres near the Grand Forks Air Force Base in North Dakota. This base plays a key role in U.S. drone operations and intelligence activities. This incident wasn't isolated but part of a broader, more concerning trend. In recent years, Chinese entities, including government-linked companies, private investors, and influential business people, have acquired over 380,000 acres of farmland in the U.S. Although this accounts for less than 1% of all foreign-owned farmland in the U.S., its proximity to military bases and critical infrastructure has raised significant concerns. The issue goes beyond land ownership, touching on national security, technology espionage, and economic influence. The rise of Chinese land acquisitions. Foreign ownership of U.S. farmland isn't new. For example, Canadian entities own about 12.8 million acres, far more than China. However, Chinese acquisitions stand out because of their political implications. Between 2016 and 2021, Chinese entities purchased several strategically significant properties. Chinese billionaire Sun Guangxin, for instance, acquired 130,000 acres near Laughlin Air Force Base in Texas, where much of the U.S. pilot training occurs. Although his plan to build a wind farm was halted due to security concerns, he still retains ownership of the land. Similarly, Chinese investors purchased farmland near Missouri's Whiteman Air Force Base, home to the B-2 stealth bomber fleet. The trend gained national attention in 2021 when the Fufeng Group acquired farmland near Grand Forks Air Force Base. This sale drew bipartisan criticism and federal scrutiny. Lawmakers expressed fears that such proximity to a critical military facility could enable espionage or cyber attacks. However, existing laws made it difficult to reverse the transaction, despite public protests and concerns raised by the Defense Department. Why is China interested in U.S. farmland? China hasn't officially stated why it's interested in U.S. farmland, but the locations and nature of these purchases suggest a clear strategy. Experts highlight several potential motivations that combine national security risks with economic objectives. One of the most pressing concerns is espionage. Farmland near key military installations could provide a strategic vantage point for monitoring U.S. activities. If the right infrastructure were in place, these areas could intercept military communications and potentially access classified information. The proximity of Chinese-owned land to bases like Grand Forks and Whiteman underscores this risk and raises serious questions about the motivations behind these acquisitions. Beyond surveillance, practical concerns also play a role. China has long struggled to meet its domestic food demand due to limited arable land and urban expansion. Acquiring farmland abroad offers a solution, ensuring a steady food supply. This strategy was evident in 2013 when China's WH Group acquired Smithfield Foods, the largest pork producer in the U.S. Today, Smithfield accounts for 80% of all U.S. farmland owned by Chinese entities, creating a direct link between American agricultural resources and China's food supply chain. Farmland is also a valuable investment, as it tends to appreciate over time. By owning farmland in strategic locations, China gains influence in local economies, which could affect market trends and serve broader geopolitical goals. The issue becomes even more complex with the involvement of energy projects. Some Chinese purchases include plans for renewable energy developments like wind farms. While these might seem benign, critics argue they could mask more harmful intentions. For example, opposition to a proposed wind farm near Laughlin Air Force Base in Texas cited concerns about interference with local energy grids and potential espionage. Although the project was canceled, the land remains under Chinese ownership, fueling ongoing worries about its future use. The national security risks. Chinese-owned land near U.S. military bases poses a strategic threat by enabling surveillance and espionage. Locations like Grand Forks Air Force Base and the Utah Test and Training Range could be used to monitor military movements, intercept communications, or access sensitive data. Companies like Huawei have previously been accused of embedding backdoors in their technology, highlighting a broader pattern of suspicious tactics. Beyond espionage, these land acquisitions could interfere with military operations. For instance, farmland near testing ranges might allow adversaries to observe missile launches or supersonic flight tests, compromising U.S. defense capabilities. Additionally, foreign control of farmland raises concerns about food security. In times of conflict, a hostile nation could disrupt food supply chains, threatening national stability. Chinese-owned energy projects such as Sun Guangxin's proposed wind farm have also raised fears of potential sabotage. Critics warn that such projects could interfere with power grids or serve as tools for data collection, underscoring the urgent need for protective measures. The immigration connection. Illegal immigration from China adds another layer of complexity. In recent years, many Chinese nationals, often of military age, have crossed the U.S.-Mexico border. While some seek to escape conditions under the Chinese Communist Party, experts worry that others could have ties to China's military or intelligence networks. The pattern of immigration, combined with strategic land purchases, raises concerns about broader objectives. National security experts emphasize the need to scrutinize these connections and strengthen border and property laws. Government response. State and federal governments have begun addressing the risks posed by Chinese land acquisitions. For instance, Florida and Texas have enacted legislation restricting foreign nationals, especially from China, from purchasing land near military bases and critical infrastructure. Florida has implemented a complete ban on such transactions, and at least 11 other states are considering similar measures. At the federal level, Congress is working to enhance oversight through the Committee on Foreign Investment in the United States, CFIUS. Proposed measures include requiring foreign land purchases exceeding 320 acres or $5 million, especially near sensitive sites, to undergo screening. Additionally, the U.S. Department of Agriculture is updating its outdated reporting system for foreign land ownership, introducing electronic reporting and stricter penalties for noncompliance. These efforts aim to improve accountability and safeguard national security. Solutions and future directions. The risks associated with Chinese land purchases near sensitive U.S. sites demand immediate action. Strengthening laws to close loopholes and expanding CFIUS's authority are critical steps. Enhanced reporting systems and public education about the risks of foreign land ownership can also foster greater transparency and accountability. Aligning immigration policies with these efforts is equally important, ensuring stricter background checks for individuals from adversarial nations. Conclusion. Chinese acquisitions of U.S. farmland go beyond economics. They represent a national security threat that exposes vulnerabilities in defense, agriculture, and infrastructure. While the total land owned by Chinese entities is relatively small, its strategic location near military bases raises serious concerns. Addressing this issue requires stronger laws, improved oversight, and greater public awareness. What are your thoughts on this issue? Should stricter laws be the solution, or is there another approach the U.S. should consider? Share your opinions in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. And if you found this video informative, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive.